What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another review, and this review will be on NellyVille Season 1, Episode 1. I watched this episode and I loved it. It's reality, it's wholesome, and you get to see, I like it because you get to see another side of Nelly as being a father other than being a hip hop rapper, celebrity type. So you get to see his sentimental side, and you get to see the other side that you really don't get to see while he's performing or while he's on other platforms. So BT, I commend you on getting this reality show. It's bringing me back to the beginning of BT when we had the Keisha Cole the way it is. We had the Damon Dash. You had the uh what was that the what is that child name whatever his name is, Soul of a Man. I forgot his name. Um, yeah, whatever. But we're getting a good reality show, so I hope it brings good ratings, and I hope you get your network together because you're flaky and it's not good. So this show is really, it's giving me life. So let's get into NellyVille Season 1, Episode 1. The show opens up with the names. It opens up with Nelly. Of course, it's the introduction episode, so it opens up with his critics of him being a rapper, Mr. Tip Drill, Air Force Ones, all his number one hits is Hot and Her, all his more hits, all his accomplishments awards, BET awards, this, that, and the other. But it gets to the episode where it introduces the children. His oldest girl is Chanel, and his youngest is Cornell. And then he's forgot that if you've been watching Behind the Music, or been following his life, you would know that he's now taking care of his sister kids who died of leukemia. He had cancer, so he died of leukemia. So he's taking on her children. Her child is Sydney, aka Stank, and Sean, aka Tab. He's a rapper. He's following after his uncle's footsteps. And Chanel, you might hear me refer to her as Nana because that's what her nickname is, and that's Chanel. And then those are his kids, and he's also taking care of his other his nieces and nephews, which is two. And then you also see, of course, Nelly. He's the main character in this reality show, and you will see him time and time again with his girlfriend, Chantel Jackson, aka Miss Jackson. And you will know her because she was basically dating in a relationship with Floyd Mayweather. Excuse me. Just getting back to the topic. Of course, you can see my dorm room, but yeah. So opening credits, and then we get into Nelly accomplishments. First thing comes with Chanel, aka Nana. She's 20 years old. She's visiting home. She's back from college. So they're basically getting together. They touching back up on bases, and she's they're introducing everybody, and they're getting. And she's on that basic touch base and getting me back with the and getting met back up again, and now been telling each other what's going on, talking to her cousins and that. So basically, what you do when you get home from college, oh my God, I'm so excited to see you. What's been going on? What's the tea? Things like that. So the second thing, everybody goes into the studio where Sean is, aka Tal, which is Nelly's nephew and Nana's cousin. So they meet up in they're chopping it up in excuse me, they're chopping up in the studio where he's getting ready, he's finishing up his mixtape and stuff, and they start getting on the topic of the deceased boyfriend, which if you were following that she was dating Nana was dating a boy that I think his name was, let me find out his name because I wrote it down. And it started with a D. Let me find out. Excuse me. I find it later on. But yes, she's talking to Trey is talking to no, Sean is talking to Nana. They chopping up. Of course, they're like their older cousin. You already know what goes on when the older cousins get together. They're talking about relationship. They're talking about what's going on. They're giving the tea on basically what's going on, how life has been because she's been in college, so she hasn't been around with everyone else. So they're talking about it, and they get on the subject of this boyfriend, and The story was that her, Sean, Nana, and the boyfriend were at a high school party or college party, some type of party, and she ran into her boyfriend. And boyfriend says like basically the whole vibe was like it's like when destiny comes and you're about to die and you start saying stuff like I love you so much and if I die today or tomorrow I just want to let you know I love you this and that. You know how the vibe gets when it's almost like when you're about to die, but you get that it's like a whole sense that comes over you when you don't know you're about to die, but it's like your intentions and your things like I need to clear something because I feel something's about to happen. That's what happened. So they never take a picture together while they're in a relationship. So while in the relationship, he asked snap it up with I guess their talk and while they're in St. Louis, so they want to snap it up, take a picture. But somehow he ended up going with his friends and she ended up going with chopping up with her friends. And when she got back and noticed that her boyfriend was gone, there it was a shooting that took place and she didn't know who it was, what happened. All they knew, of course, when you get shot, she run. So after the thing gets investigated and everything comes together, um, a friend of Nana's come on and is like, and she's asking like, what's going on? And, the friend of Nana said, oh, I know, it's Mario. Mario has, they said, what's going on? Mario is laying down on the ground. And she looks over and there he is. So life after that was that they were in love, dealing with the boyfriend. And she's celibate, so she's not, and she's still a virgin. So then with that, and you're in love with someone, it's like, okay, how do I go on and how do I live after this situation? So that's basically her storyline. And I'm dealing with this situation. I'm 10 years old. I'm in college. I love this guy. We're in love, and all of a sudden he died. So I'm dealing with heartbreak. I'm dealing with sorrow. I'm dealing with depression. I'm dealing with late nights. I'm dealing with crying. My companion is gone. So basically that's what they're talking about in the studio. And from there, they talk about the dad. It's like, Nana goes on to say, no, Sean asks her, have you talked to Unc yet? And she's like, no, I haven't spoken to him yet. He hasn't spoken to me because I feel like he's being judgmental because of Mario's background. It's like, if he's going like, well, you're going to eventually have that conversation with him and kind of, let him in because she's like, I feel like Daddy's being judgmental because of Mario's background. He's like, well, he did this and he's because of this and this is why he does that and then like he's not really just open up to talk to him and then it comes in with the investigating this thing. So the next scene after the studio scene, then we goes in. Chantel talks to Nelly about their relationship and social media. And Chantel, so he's meeting up with Chantel, and she gets her opening credits of, well, Miss Chantel, I'm Nelly's girlfriend, and I was recently in a relationship with Floyd Mayweather and this, that, and the third. So she meets up with Nelly, and she's like, well, he's asking her, well, what's been going on, this and that, because she lives in Los Angeles and he lives in, of course, St. Louis. And she's talking about, well, it's been rough because, leaving a relationship with Floyd and now with you, I've been painted, social media has painted me as a gold digger, and, that's just not my personality. And she's like, social media, and I've been dealing with them, it's been a hard deal, and things like this. They're talking about their relationship, how things are going to move on. She's like, well, meeting the kids and getting to with the family and, kind of intertwined because she's the new girlfriend in the picture because, you know, she's dating Nelly. So that's just that thing. It wasn't really anything really important that they talked about. So they move on. Then the family, which is Nelly, Chantel, Nana, are all in the truck and they're on their way to because Nelly is an officiator in the Black and White Scholarship. Yes, Black and White Scholarship, and they're all on their way to the event, which is in St. Louis. I don't know where in St. Louis, but I think it's in Ferguson. I think the scholarship is in Ferguson. When you get that scholarship, African American, whether you African American or white, make a certain type of accomplishments. You already know, so you maintain a certain type of GPA. Maybe you have to do some community services. So being a mogul in your community, he's given that so you can attend college, and they get on the subject of. And she tells her dad Nelly that well, Dad, I changed my major. And of course, him being dad, he's paying for her college, so he's like, is this change of your major? Is my price still gonna be the same? She's like, yeah, I just made a couple of changes. Price gonna still be the same. They're talking about college, and she's like, well, yes, and we're, excuse me, She's talking about the program of her being in the program and the dorms and stuff. She's talking about basically being a virgin. She's like, he's like, are you still a virgin and this and that. So I think she was talking about some type of organization where they're talking about um virginity and her being celibate. So, are you still celibate? Are you still having sex? Like, no, I'm not having sex, but I'm still celibate and things like that. Come out work because with his boyfriend you had, and he's of course being a dad, but this boyfriend you had sleepless nights and crying all night long, and you been in depression and things of that nature. And she's like, well, Dad, yeah, you know how that goes. It's I'm still celibate. It's just a situation I had to go through, and I actually was on her side with that. So that they get on top of the boyfriend, and they're talking about what happened, but eventually the real conversation is going to happen towards the end. So they get to the scholarship thing where he's giving the scholarship, and they're telling them Nelly's background and what the scholarship is for and that thing. And one thing that stuck out to me, and I'm going to quote Nelly. They introduced Nelly, and he's giving the thing, and he his speech, and he's going to get ready to do the scholarship to the recipients that are at the dinner, which are basically black, and basically really some of the I think maybe one or two the recipients were from Ferguson. If you know Ferguson, that's the city where Mike Brown was shot dead in the street at. You already know how that situation goes. So, and with dealing with that, and Nelly being from St. Louis and Ferguson being in that St. Louis area is his home because it's a black African American teen who could have been in college because his whole life was in front of him, but because of a petty situation, because of such things that was taken out of context in order that his life was cut short. I have a certain opinion on that, but it's not the situation. But Nelly goes on to state, and he states that because of that situation, he states that I want the recipients that I'm awarding, and if you're going to college and you're living in the Ferguson area or just period in your community, it should be to the point where a cop or anybody else can say, hey, mother, get out the street, but it will be you coming to the community and say, hey, bro, you're not supposed to walk in the street, get out the street. Of course, with cops and things like that nature, because an African American, being an African American, being an African American in this nation and this country today, we have a lot to prove, and we are looked upon as a certain type of demeanor. So we have to push ourselves to meet those criteria and not have everybody to stereotype us like, oh, we're just another nigga, just another ghetto hood rat broad or human just walking the streets, our pants sagging. There are kids that have education. Say, get your education, come back and help and be an aspect and be a leader in your community, and just basically being, having somebody to look up to, because it's always that person that in the community who does not have nobody to look up to who would say, this is the way it's always going to be. It's not going to get any better because of you being a leader, and because you being African American in your age bracket, then you can be that as inspiration to that student who say this is all it's ever going to be. I'm always going to be poor. My mom's always going to be on government assistance. I'm not going to go to college. So what's good to go to college? You have people like that who don't have people to look up to, who don't have people who are went to college who have gotten a PhD or have gotten a high school diploma, has gotten a degree. So you being that person in that community who goes on to get to college and lets you know, yeah, I can go to college. Yes, I am smart. Yes, you can look up to me. Yes, we can go to college. Yes, you can better yourself. Basically what Nelly's post speech was. He's like, I hope to be 30 years or 20 years from now, I can come back and still see and give scholarships and help people go on to better their lives. That's basically what it's for in that situation. So um, then we get the meeting with Chantel and her dad Nelly, and they actually he walks into her room and actually finally builds up the confidence after Chantel um, talks to him about. Let me back up. Chantel's meeting with her cousin. Meets with her cousin, Sydney, aka Think. They're at the nail shop. They're chopping them. She's home from college, and she wants to have family time with her cousins. She hasn't seen them in a while, so they're chopping it up, and they're basically in a discussion of what you've been going through in the relationship and driving somebody, because she's still driving to several dollars on time. She's like, do you really want to drive? She's like, why have you been failing? She's like, you know what? I don't really don't like to read and doing this next matter. If you really want to drive, you need to read. You need to stay up long nights and study and make sure you have all the criteria to, get the driving test. That is basically that thing and they're chopping it up talking about driving and that. Other than basically, of course, after they get to commercial, then we need to back up. Then it finally speaks to the start about the relationship of Mario. And that situation goes in and goes to detail how she feels. And he's basically really was being a listener. She walked in on her, hanging some pictures of her and her father and he spots Mario up there and they talk about the situation. How it happened. She said, I felt it was destiny and I felt that he knew that he was going to die because of that whole story. It's like, why out of all these years that we've been dating and going together, he finally wants to take a picture with you and that's when they're talking about that situation. She's crying and sliding, basically pouring out her heart and letting her daddy know what's going on. Basically releasing everything she's kept bottled in because of dealing with that situation. She's young, she's only 20 years old. So dealing with the relationship and dealing with a guy who was in their life, maybe in their lifestyle because his background is not super clean and could possibly have led up to her boyfriend's killing. So we don't know was he an innocent bystander or what it they really go into detail of this situation basically pouring out her heart to her dad basically that father and daughter moment which was very similar which you got to see a very intimate side with the dad and he hugged her, gave his personal opinion as a father and as a a friend and basically let his daughter you can make it and it only gets harder. It doesn't get any easy after this because you've been in love with him with that situation. You already know how that situation goes. So that's what that scene was based and he hugged her. She's like, well, daddy, get off me, stop tickling me, Basically her spirits is up there. She finally got to talk to her dad and this and that. So after then, Chantel, aka Miss Jackson, meets up with Nana, and she's talking about the boyfriend relationship, this and that, and the other. And Chantel makes a comment like, what makes you want to pursue up from wanting to get from the scholarship money? And she's like, please don't do that. Because of course she said then to death, and she's not listening to her. And she kind of got a little bit offended because she said, child, it over. But she don't want to talk about certain things because she doesn't want to be rushed into certain things. So that's how that situation goes. And Nana felt some kind of way, and Chantel kind of bagged up a little bit because she felt that hey, I might make a wrong move there. So that that situation. So next scene, which is the last scene, not the last scene. Um, everybody, the family goes out bowling, so Chantel gets to meet the rest of the family, which goes out and they split the teams up, and Nelly gets the daughters and the niece, and Miss Chantel, Miss Jackson, and the oldest nephew gets his homeboys and his brother and cousin. So they bowling, they get in that real family intimate setting where they bowling. Cause Nelly said in his profession in St. Louis that bowling is a very popular sport. So everybody is like, when you go to St. Louis, like if you don't do anything else, you better bowl. That type of situation. So that's where they're at. They bowling. They're having a real family get together. All the vibes, the love, the competitive, and things like that. That's basically what it wasn't too much that really happened. It was just that showing that family moment. Of course, it's just the first episode and the introduction. So you're not going to get too much drama. You're not going to get too much. You have to get into the all the drama and the stuff that's going on. And now we get to the end scene where um their dinner and they're having a conversation because Nana's getting ready to turn 21 and Chantel wants to bond with her so he wants to take her out and go party. Of course, Nelly being a dad, but he's like, no, she's not going nowhere. She's going to that'll be my baby. She's not going to grow up. She's not going to be 21 and I'm not going to be in the club partying with her. Because of course, Nelly being a rapper and that he had to be host party. So of course, a dad does not want to be in the same club with his daughter and she's dressed a certain way that, of course, a dad would. She wouldn't be bad, but of course, a dad would improve her. So that's just what that was. And he's like, well, Chantel, not Chantel, but he's like, no, don't you? Uh, it's time to get you back to college. Like, the plane's not going to wait for you. She's like, well, of course, I'm not. The plane is going to wait for me. He's like, oh, really? And he's like, okay, how you gonna get there? And he's like, and of course, the plane is dead. Well, of course, he's being dead. He's gonna take her. So they pack the bags, and she's getting ready to go out. Back to back, they get in the Mercedes trunk and takes her out. Get ready to go to college. Basically, that was the ending scene, the introduction of everybody, a little bit of drama to keep you tuned in. Basically, give you out summary of basically what the storylines of NellyVille going to be about. Of course, in the previously on the season, you get to see the interaction, the tears, the life after Nelly's sister died, and their mother, their crying, their fifth grade. Then we get Nelly's son, he's a football player, so he's not gonna be able to play football no more because of gonna get injuries. So we're gonna see all the ups and downs of life after the sister who died from leukemia. Um, few years back, how life is and how it was with Nelly, taking care of his nieces and nephews along with his two daughters and also in a committed relationship with Miss Jackson, aka Chantel. So that was the review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click the like button, the thumbs up button. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please let me know what you thought about the first episode of NellyVille and what you want to see. Make sure you share this video on all social media sites and follow me and add me on my Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. And this has been a review of season 1, episode 1 of NellyVille on BET. Stay tuned. I will be live tweeting, and that's your review.